Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for stopping by here tonight. We're playing some Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's been a little bit, but we're picking back up. We're doing a short run of the Dungeon Crawl Classics Lankhmar campaign setting and put together a crew to play with some of the materials that came in their box set, and then we've also been running a few of the modules that they wrote for the setting. So this is a continuation of the module Acting Up in Lankhmar that we started, and we're kind of right in, almost directly in the middle of the module. So I'm thinking we'll be able to finish this up here tonight. So we're 20 sides to every story. If this is your first time checking us out, we would highly encourage you to come and join us in our Discord server. That's where we do a lot of the recruiting for the games that we run on the stream. And just a good place to kind of get to know all the folks that play in our games, talk with us between our streams, and catch up on our streaming schedule. If you're interested in seeing some of the past episodes of this campaign or any of the others that we do, you can also check out our YouTube channel and get caught up with how did we get here. So, yeah, where we are picking up here tonight, previously you all had been hired by a man by the name of Jallo. He is a leader of an acting troupe called the Dung Sweep Players, and they operate a number of shows out of the Marshflight Theater. And he had approached you all to serve as basically as security, because they are running a play at the moment that is drawn the ire of its central character that it is portraying. The play, the performance is called the Fiascos of Duke Hogfat, which has drawn the ire of the noble that it is lampooning by the name of Duke Borvat. The production has been pretty well attended. It's maybe been their most successful performance that they put on. It is appreciated by both the underclass and the nobility alike. And Duke Borvat has caught wind of the damage that this performance is causing his reputation. And so he has sent threats to the Dung Sweep players. He's demanded that the play be discontinued, but the show must go on. And so you've all been pulled in to kind of help with that. And so, but there's a little bit more to the story than just a simple job, because Mickey has some business to deal with, perhaps here at the theater as well. You've come to know that one Lord Snarv Kaistomerces, a nephew of the Overlord of Lankhmar, is in attendance tonight, and Mickey needs to fulfill the conditions of a bargain that he has made with the Hates, a godlike entity that has marked Lord Kaistomerces for death. And the Hates have grown very impatient with Mickey and his failure to deliver the death of this really horrible person, and have communicated to him that they have enlisted the assistance of others to assassinate him. And if Lord Snarv dies by someone else's hand, then Mickey's name will be the next on their hit list. So time is ticking for that assignment to be completed. So the party has been hired, and where we're picking up tonight, it is just after the intermission has been called for. You've all already dealt with a few issues. Chief among them, you thwarted the attempts of some arsonists that were trying to come in through the cellar and routed them. I think you basically beat up some dude and broke his leg, and you got some information out of him. Apparently they had been hired by Captain Dimon, who is a member of the city watch that is very much in Duke Borvat's pocket. You also, I guess, probably another notable thing that happened in the previous session is Alef had spotted a couple of actors drinking from a bottle of wine and talked to them about that, and it was a little bit suspicious. They had gotten the wine from some guy that they couldn't even name, and just like a fan of the show, basically, right? And so there's some suspicion that you all have that somebody is trying to maybe poison or inebriate some of the actors and crew members. So that'll be becoming very relevant in just a second here. But I think before we go any further, we will have all the characters or the players introduce their characters and tell us a little bit about who you're bringing into the session here tonight. Just whatever we need to know about them. So I think we will start things off here first with Cliff.
I am playing Vicky. I'm a thief, and I am indebted to the Hates to put an end to Lord Snarf's life, and seems like I have to pull that off sometime during the second act of this play here, or I will lose my opportunity to do so, and somebody else will beat me to him. So it all comes down to tonight.
Yes. All right, thank you. I think we'll head over next to Dave.
I'm playing Wes Veers. He's a thief as well. He grew up in the streets of Lankhmar. Found out that he is possibly the bastard son of the one Duke there. What was his name again?
Duke, the Mad Duke Lithquill, I believe.
Yes, the Mad Duke. There we go. Yes, so, and he's just been with this merry bunch here. He was usually just a kind of a solo person before, but it's grown to like this team and help them out. Hopefully they can make Lankhmar a better place to live. So
awesome. Let's move next to Gabe.
I am playing Alef. Alef is a second level wizard, and he's not really good at anything, including wizardry. It is basically the epitome of fake it until you make it, and he's had the ever enduring luck of finding this bunch of misfits that they seem to have taken a liking at him, and therefore is still alive. But make no mistake, he is alive because others are defending him because he's helpless. So let's see what happens tonight. He has zero, expectation to live through the night, but he will do his best.
Awesome. And then let's go next to Chris.
Hello, my name's Chris. I'm playing Ruclef Clen. He's a just kind of a big oafish type, checkered past, kind of been in a life of crime, in and out of prisons and workhouses and stuff like that most of his life. Hasn't really made too many connections over the course of things. He's got kind of like his main partner that he dealt with. Jairus was kind of helped get us out of prison and stuff like that. But for the most part, that was really about the only real friend that he had made. But over the course of the last month or so, hanging out with these guys, he's kind of taken a liking to all of them and has pretty much decided that they're kind of, his new family, more or less, and he will do what he can to keep all of them alive and risking his life, and he's ready to help get Mickey out of the pickle that Mickey's in. and looking forward to maybe thumping a few skulls here this evening. So
Awesome. So you've just maybe come down off of thumping a few skulls, and it is
Correct.
now intermission, and people are maybe like the audience is like heading out through the lobby and out into Mummer's Court to get some refreshments, get some food, eat some meats on a stick, those types of things. And the crew and the actors are kind of reconvening backstage. I guess for the purposes of just getting started, we'll just assume that you all are backstage as well, maybe kind of regrouping to maybe talk about like how we're going to proceed from here. We just, dealt with this one situation, maybe talk about where you're going to reposition yourselves and things like that. When Jalo, looking very frantic, approaches you, his white powdered face is all like streaked with like sweat. And he just like you just feel like he's kind of jittery, and he says, "My guardians, my angels, Jalo is in a most terrible predicament, and I am wondering if you might be able to alleviate my situation, my stress. 2 of my players have been struck ill. They were fine before the intermission, but now are prostrate with chills and retching." And you just see, like, kind of points over, and Alef, you'd see those very same 2 that you had talked to earlier that had imbibed a little bit of that wine. One of them is just, like, straight passed out, and then the other is, like, over a barrel, just, like, heaving his guts out. And Jalo just continues, and he says, "But the show must go on. These people pay good money to see a performance. We can't let the Duke win. I suspect that he is responsible for this poisoning. I need you now more than ever. Please, can I count on you?"
what?
"I require replacements for the scene." You there? You're a big guy. You could be perfect for the part of the captain.
You want me to act?
It's just a couple of lines. It's really not.
What
You'd
about
be missing the security, and you truly needed it tonight.
But without actors on stage, I have no play. I have no performance. Look, I'm paying you one way or another, right? What about me?
What about you? You could fill in, wasn't you?
I've already been on stage as one character. I can't just. Look, please.
The man got a point. If he can't put up the show, we're not needed to do security, so we might as well do as he asks.
Maybe, you'll have a bird's eye view of the audience out on stage. Maybe you'll see something you wouldn't see elsewhere.
That's true. We cannot be held fully responsible if anything happens, however.
Oh. What could happen? Don't worry. You'll be with one of my most competent actors who is playing the part of Duke Hogfat. He will carry the scene. He'll help you out. And then he points at Alef. You'd be really good as the agent. Yes, you should be the guard. You got kind of a wiry build. You'd be perfect. I think you're even the same size as the previous actor. You'll be able to fit into his costume, no problem.
I'm not good at security either, so I might as well do this.
Excellent. And he like hands you scripts. Here are your lines. You have about 10 minutes, so chop.
This is a good
Build your
idea.
part.
I like this. This is a good idea. Me and Mickey you guys be on stage, and me and Mickey will watch the rest. We'll get this.
I'm not certain certain I can read, I guess. Can I read?
What's your intelligence?
9.
Oh yeah, you could read.
I can read. Okay. All right. Very good.
I think you have to be like a 7 or a 6 before you start losing literacy, probably. So
I don't. My memory's not so good. Would it look bad if I carried this out on stage?
well,
Write it on your arm.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, you could just like improv the lines. It's not that complicated of a scene.
Okay. All right. How long do we have to prepare?
Oh, like 8 minutes now.
Okay.
Better get to it.
He's like snapping his fingers for people to come over and like help you with like the costuming or whatever. And they're powdering your faces or whatever.
Oh.
So while Alef and Ruclef are getting ready for their big debut here at Mummer's Court, and what are Wes and Mickey going to be up to?
I'm gonna ask Wes what he thinks would be the best time to assassinate the Lord Snarf. At the end of the play or during this play.
Yes, possibly during or we have to trick his guards or something.
How many of those does he have? I don't know if I seen how many bodyguards he has.
I think I said he was with one guard. I don't know if...
I think so, if I remember right. I know he did have guards though, so or a guard for sure.
We'll say one bodyguard that Ruclef was aware of, because Ruclef had interacted with them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yes, we'll just have to. I think we watch from a ways away and then pick a good moment. Maybe towards the end of the play, so that we still get paid. Or I don't know how big of a disturbance it's going to make.
Yeah, if the two of us can sneak up and backstab him, might be able to take him out fairly quickly.
Or maybe I can lure him away with maybe trickery. Maybe my father, the Mad Duke, I can tell him that he wants a business venture with him, and maybe you come out from the bathroom and stab him. Maybe we'll try trickery. Maybe see if he'll fall for it.
Well, he didn't Ruclef say something about him wanting to hire us?
Most likely, yes. Maybe that's what I'll say. We're looking for another job after this, and that Ruclef had said that he had work.
Would
And
be
may
a good
possibly work.
opportunity.
Yes.
All right, so the two of you are just having some conversation right now about what you might do here in the second half of the play or after the play. Where are you going to be immediately as the curtains start to open?
Well, I would like to be somewhere close to where Snarf was sitting, somewhere behind where he was sitting, so that I could observe and possibly, if the opportunity arises, sneak up on him.
Okay, so what that would mean would be that you would be going up to the area that is marked 1-3, which is the seating area where the nobles sit.
Yeah, I think that was the area that I was stationed at last time too. So
Sounds good. So you'll be up there. And Casey is redeeming a player reroll, which we will take as a fleeting luck. Yes. So thank you, Casey. And how about for Wes? Where would Wes be positioned?
I guess somewhere where I could see Mickey. So maybe like 7. Maybe a big hand by those stairs. Kind of watching out, and then so I can walk up like 1-5 and go to where, because we still have the threat.
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't know if like it's a connection thing. Maybe is it just me?
I got interrupted too.
Oh, okay. I think I heard you say 1-7. Is that correct?
Yeah. Is it better now or?
Right now, I don't know. Even the video kind of is jumping around a little bit, so I don't know. It might just be like an internet connection thing. But I think I got it. You're gonna go by 1-7 to kind of look out, maybe from one of the doors or off to the side. And so you'd be
1-7 and 1-1-5. Yep.
So yeah, just so you know, 1-5 would be a hallway, so that won't have any visibility on the stage or the crowd. But if you're in 1-7, you could crack a door, and I don't know why I don't have pings on this map. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, but like if you were by like the door to the stairway that leads down into the ground floor to the pit, like you could crack that open and be looking out at the audience, if that is what you were kind of thinking.
Yeah. Yep.
And Galaxian just redeemed some luck as well. Thank you so much for the redemption. 2 fleeting luck in the pot. Okay, so I think we've got some positioning things happening here. And it's time for Alef and Ruclef to hit the stage. And so you are with another actor who is a very rotund fellow who's playing the part of Duke Hogfat. And Alef and Ruclef, you get out onto the stage, and I need you both to immediately make will saves to see if you can counteract any potential stage fright that you might have.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's a D20, and then...
Yep, and then just like a standard will save, so whatever you get for that.
17 minus 2, so 15.
Okay, that's good.
I got an 8 + 1. 9.
I think Gabe, you might also have some connection. I think I heard an 8 + 1.
Yeah, 8 + 1, 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so perfect. You needed an 8, so you both clear it. And so you get out on stage. The set dressing is there, and Duke Hogfat limps about. The set dressing is that of a lavish parlor, and he's limping about as if in pain. He's kind of like, just clutching his thigh, and he says, "Oh, my loins, my poor battered loins! Why did not the panderer warn me of the brutal caresses of the ape of sultry flesh?" And then another actor comes out on stage and says, "My Duke, Lord Boulder Shoulder's agents have come. He demands the levies paid from the orphan cobblers and a fresh shipment of live cuttlefish for the orgy." And turns back to Duke Hogfat. "Oh, do not say orgy. Tell the agent to come hither and we shall dicker."
At this point, Alef will enter the stage and very clumsily, "Good evening, Duke Hogfat. Why dost thou clench thy nethers, as thy shrewish wife entightened them as well as thine purse straps?"
Ah, 'tis the wages of dalliances with the hairy lovers of green jungled flesh.
Oh, my own Lord Boulder Shoulder has suffered from such pains. But let us speak of business. I come for the cuttlefish.
Oh, woe am I, plagued on all sides by the demands of leeches and usurers and shrill-voiced hewers. Will no one avail poor beleaguered Duke Hogfat? Is there no one to bring me fair news?
I come walking in. My Duke, we have trapped the vicious beast in the garden.
Ah, my lady wife.
Nay, the ape.
Egads, Captain, the news is boon. I shall reward you for your bravery. To you, I shall give what few men have sampled in this world.
Cuttlefish?
Lankhmar knows 'tis not the Duke's wife. And the servant leaves. Nay, nay, nay. You, Captain Dimmind, you have long sighed that no woman in Lankhmar would take such an ugly man as a husband. As no woman would have you, I grant you the ape's hairy hand in marriage. Congratulations, Captain.
Oh, thank you, my Duke.
And here is the blushing bride now.
And there's like another actor that is in a full-on ape suit that comes out and chases Ruclef off stage. And so while this is all happening, Wes, would you give me a luck check?
Uh-oh. I think I'm down luck right now, too. Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta get under it, don't I?
You have to get under. So narratively speaking, there is something happening in the space above the stage currently that you do not hear, as you maybe are so entertained by this performance that is going on, and so amused by it that I'll let Mickey, why don't you make a luck check as well?
Oh dear. I too am enthralled by the performance and rolled a 20 as well.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh no.
Well,
We have a long time to roll.
there are some characters that are moving up in the flyloft area. They had pried open the windows that I think you had previously shut, but
We have our little friend up there, the actor guy, right?
oh yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we put him up there
A
to,
scaredy cat.
yeah, to let us know if anything happened up there, to holler.
The guy with the bum leg, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Gold to?
Yeah, he's like the understudy or something like that, to make
Yep.
it look like we had more guards or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not the guy.
Yeah, I
from
don't
out in
think
the
he
alley.
was injured.
So,
Yeah, the guy with the bum leg was in the cellar.
okay, because you got the understudy up there, I will allow just Wes to make another luck check. The first one was for when they broke open the window.
Natural 1. Or number 2. 2.
You might
Maybe
have a
2.
chance to hear the understudy get killed. What'd you get?
An 18.
An 18. Okay.
I got
So-
an 18.
So, unbeknownst to any of the characters, but it's more interesting maybe if I'm telling you what's happening so you can see it. A neck is slit, and the body gently rested up in the flyloft area so as not to drop it down on the wonderful acting that is happening currently. And there is going to be a man who is holding a crossbow in his hand. He's going to be kind of lowered down by his friend is going to help him as he kind of wraps some of the rigging up and tries to lower himself just subtly down enough that he can see the crowd. He's going to try to take a shot at Snarv.
Ooh. Want to use one of my rolls?
I would love to use one of your rolls on this one. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for you, it's not a great shot. Mickey, you see as a crossbow bolt comes flying across the stage area there, or out into the audience there. A bunch of the people, like the nobility nearby where this happens, are kind of looking around, just sort of confused. Nobody got hit, and so they just saw something like kind of go whiz by. And Mickey, as you're looking out there, you can see just like the head of somebody up in the like they very subtly down, and they get pulled right back up. But you see that there's obviously somebody up in the flyloft area. What are you doing?
I call out to the people in the nobility section to get down, take cover, and I particularly point to the Lord Snarf's bodyguard, and I say, "Cover your master. Someone's trying to assassinate him."
And like you say the word assassinate, and everyone these are all noble types up here. They're like, assassinate, and like everybody's like hitting the deck, and there's enough commotion up here that even though like people down in the pit and those in the general seating below, they don't hear you say the word assassinate. It's just like localized up here. But there's enough rumbling and noise that is happening up here that I'm going to say the crowd shifts to annoyed, because they're trying to hear this wonderful performance that's going on. So everybody hits the deck. Lord Snarv's bodyguard kind of like is, kind of hovering above him, such that if a errant shot came down, he would get hit instead. And Wes, I think you notice that there's some commotion happening up there in the noble section.
Okay. Would I put it together that like a crossbow bolt was shot or anything like that, or?
I don't think from your vantage point you would have necessarily caught that. You just are seeing the aftermath of like everybody's like getting down, getting prone. Mickey seems to be kind of directing traffic a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I would just I'd look at Mickey and like wave at him to try to get like I'd be like I don't know.
Yeah, and I motion to Wes that where the crossbow bolt came from, up above.
Okay, so I guess I would just start looking up there to see if I can see anything, and I think I have a crossbow myself, so.
Okay, so at this
I
point,
would get that out.
What you see, basically, you're gonna look up the ladder, right?
Yep.
Right now, where you are, and you can see that somebody is starting to come down the ladder. So we'll roll initiative here. I'm just gonna grab Mickey, Wes, and then these guys, Alef and Ruclef, being tied up with what they're doing.
I will be right back, Alex.
Sounds good. All right, Wes, what did you have?
It's a D20 again for DCC, right?
Yep, and then
So I get 1 for initiative, so I would have got 18.
18. Okay. And how about Mickey?
15.
15. Okay, so Wes, you will be up first, then the NPCs, and then Mickey. So you see, Wes, that there's like one guy wearing leather armor. He's got short sword, dagger, and he's got a crossbow strapped to his back. He's starting to descend the ladder.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to shoot him then. Do we have to declare if we want to use the fleeting luck right away? I don't remember how this works.
You can do it after. And
Afterwards,
actually,
right?
we just got another one from Isaac.
Nuts. So that's probably going to be a hit. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay. Oh, gonna get the lowest damage possible, a 1.
1 point of damage. Okay. Sounds
Oh,
good.
hold on, I get my luck modifier added to it, so 2 points of damage.
Okay. And then he is going to drop down. He's just going to like slide down the ladder and pull out his short sword and try to attack you.
Okay.
And he rolls a 9 to hit.
It's gonna be a miss. 13 armor class.
All right. There is another guy up there who is going to take a shot at you with a crossbow.
Okay.
He will hit with a 20. Oof. 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then Mickey, it is your turn. So you're up in the nobility area. Everyone's hit the deck. You saw from the door that leads backstage, like Mickey had just like communicated with you, and then he went backstage basically. So you're not able to see necessarily the battle that he's having right now.
Can I get to that area in my movement?
No, not in one turn. Because you would have
Okay.
to, well, unless you've got some kind of tricky business you're going to do, but like standard way of getting there would be.
What area is he at?
He would be over here. 1-7 by the ladder.
Okay. If I the upper deck, I'd like to see if I could climb down from the upper deck without having to go all the way around, and then go directly to 1-7 there, or where the ladders were.
Okay, so give me a climb sheer surfaces check, or whatever it's called in DCC.
Okay.
That is what it's called.
Okay, that would be 27.
27? Well,
Yeah.
that fails. No, just kidding. Yeah, you just easy, like super easy. You get down there, so then
Almost my max.
you'd be down in the pit, and basically you'd get like halfway there. So like on your next turn, you would be able to like get back there with your movement. All right, so then we will go back to the NPCs. And Or no, sorry, we'll go back to Wes.
Okay, yeah. If the one guy's down with me, I'll pull out my short sword and then try to stab him here with it. I'll try to get around that, maybe push my way back towards the wall, towards like I-9 if I can. If like I'm gonna try to lure him that way with me.
Okay.
If I'm able to. A 15 hit.
15 hits.
Okay. And 3 points of damage.
All right. This guy goes down,
Okay.
and then you're wanting to go to like the 1-9 to try to lure the other guy.
If he went down, I'll kind of I'll grab his head and I'll hold a dagger to his throat and tell the other guy to give up, or I'm going to cut his throat out.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'd kind of like if you'd let me, I'd kind of like pull him up as a shield from where I saw him try to shoot me, you know.
Yeah, we'll give you a little bit of cover.
Okay.
We'll say plus. Well, I'll make it a -2 on this attack roll.
Okay.
Because there's no sentimentality amongst these co-workers. He doesn't care whether you slit his throat. The other guy up top is gonna continue to take a shot at you. And so with a -2, a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And another 4 points of damage.
Okay. Still alive, but barely.
Mickey, it is your turn.
So the remaining, the guy shooting the crossbow is still up above, right?
Yeah, so you're moving to where you saw Wes?
Yeah, is he going up the ladder or?
No, so the situation is that Wes is at the base of the ladder. He had just killed one of the thieves. There's another one up in the fly loft shooting down from that opening where that ladder goes to. So you use your movement and you go into 1-7, you will see that combat playing out.
I will go there, and if I have any movement, I'll start climbing the ladder. Otherwise,
probably your movement will be getting into the room, so you wouldn't be able to get up there until your next turn.
All right. He has already killed the other one.
Wes has one held up that looks like is unconscious. He's got a dagger to its throat.
Okay, I'll just get there and be ready to pursue the other one up the ladder when I get more movement.
Sounds good. Brings us back to Wes.
Okay, yeah. As soon as Mickey would come in here, I'd be like, he's up there, he's shooting, he's up there, he has no honor with this person. As I'll slit his throat at that point in time and drop him to the ground. And then, if I could, I'll try to, I guess, try to hide like on one of the corners there to try to see if I could, again, just get like a +2 to my AC or something, trying to get out of the way of the shot.
Sounds good. The guy that is up there withdraws away from the ladder, and so he's somewhere up in the fly loft.
Okay.
And then it's Mickey's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom up the ladders as quickly as I can.
So you get up. You get up there, and you can see that he is making his way across the narrow beams that make up the fly loft. There's, rope and little sandbags and whatnot that hang around loosely around all the rigging that is needed for the curtains and everything down below. and you can see that the windows are cracked open, likely where they came in from the top of the roof. And he's standing out on the fly lift area. He sees you coming up, and he pulls out his sword as if to duel you in that area.
All right, I have a spear, and I'm going to be going at him with the spear. Can I reach him from there, or wait till next turn?
You can reach him. So if you want, go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Ooh, 20 crit.
All right. So go ahead and roll your normal damage.
It would be...
Should be crit table 2.
And what's your crit die at this point?
Be a D12. Crit die. I rolled a 3.
And any luck modifier?
+2.
Okay,
So-
you're going to inflict an additional 3d3 damage.
$3d3. I believe that would be the 3.
You rolled 3 ones? It's 3d3.
Oh. No, I didn't.
You can just roll a d6s and divide by 2. Since you
Well, I rolled a d6 and no, that's a d5. Just a minute. Okay,
so many
I
dice
rolled
in
d6
DCC.
and I got a 5.
Okay. But
Is
it's
that what you want?
it's 3d3, so you'd roll a d3 3 times. Did you do that?
No.
Okay.
And I rolled a 1 that time and a 2.
All right. So total damage?
So that would be 8.
8 total?
Is that supposed to? Yeah, is that supposed to be divided by 3 then, or?
Well, I don't know. However you do your d3s. I usually just do like a 1 and a 2 is a 1, a 3 and a 4 would be a 2, and a 5 and a 6 would be a 3.
1. Okay, that would be 5 then.
5 damage total?
Yeah.
And is that it? What did you add this to your regular damage? So what did you originally have?
7.
Okay, so total 12 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So I'm going to pause on the resolution on that for a second, and we're going to go back to Alef and Ruclef for just a moment. So back on stage, you're resuming with scene 2, and Duke Hogfat has just stumbled about, his head struck inside a comically oversized urn. In a muffled voice, he says, "Oh, woe! The last dregs of the sweet nectar of wine escaped mine lips, and now I've been struck blind." The servant enters from stage left. "You bellowed, your magnificent rotundness?" Duke Hogfat replies, "Fetch me a physician. I cannot see." The servant replies, "The physicians shall not come, my lord. They claim your coffers have yet to pay them for their ministrations of your gaseous humors. There is the outstanding laundry bill to clean their robes after your expulsions spoiled them." Duke Hogfat, "Wretched physicians, can no one aid this duke?"
At which point, Alef will enter and says, "My lord, I can aid thee."
"Who speaks? Who comes to my rescue?"
This, I, the agent of Lord Boulder Shoulder, but I am more than mere servant. I have training in the weird arts of the far Kiray. For my ministrations, I need the aid of your captain.
The servant says, "I cannot see how this could turn ill." Duke Hogfat, "Send for Captain Dim Mind at once." The servant exits, only to be interrupted by the immediate arrival of the captain, an impossibly large and unwieldy sword dangling from his baldric.
You summoned me, Dookie. I mean, my Lord Duke.
"I've been struck blind by the gods. But do not weep, good captain. The agent of Lord Boulder Shoulder knows a cure."
My Lord Duke, you've not been struck.
The servant and the agent shake their heads at the captain, and he trails off.
How can I assist?
Well, lend me the aid of thy sword, captain, for with it we shall sever the phlogistonal strands that afflict the Duke and restore his vision.
I draw the sword and wobble it around and aim it. At last, an enemy I can vanquish. And I give it my all. I just bang as hard as I can.
Shatters into pieces, revealing a second, smaller urn covering the Duke's head. "Well, what art thou waiting for?" The servant, the agent, and the captain all exchange looks of surprise, and the servant says, "Even I did not expect that." And so, Alef and Ruclef, you have an opportunity here. You're acting superb. You have an opportunity to get the turn the crowd around a little bit. They're a little annoyed with the disturbance that happened just a moment ago. Why don't you give me both personality checks, and you can give that a +2.
+2?
Yeah.
Do we need to roll under our personality? Is that what we're doing? So would it be -2?
This will have
Or
a
is it a
DC.
DC?
It has
Okay.
a DC.
All right, so +2, -2. So that might straight up, and it's a 12.
12. And how about Alef?
16 on the die, +2, you gave me 18.
At the end of the scene, enthusiastic applause. You have done an excellent job rising to the occasion and even outshined some of the other actors in the scene. Each of you
Maybe my calling.
gains 2 points of fleeting luck.
Ooh.
So I can, I guess I'll just add that to our pool. So
To the pool?
basically, you will have +4, so you'll be at 7 fleeting luck.
Nice.
Hopefully no one rolls a 1. So as the scene is ending, this applause is happening. The crowd is starting to get back into the play. when this body falls from the flyloft and drops on stage. The actor that's playing Duke Hogfat looks a little stunned. The servant, they are both beginning to exit. Is there anything, Alef or Ruclef, that you do in this moment?
Holy shit!
yeah.
It looks up.
To one of the other actors, I say, this isn't part of it, right?
And they're both like shaking their heads no. And they're like looking up. You look up, you can see Mickey there with the spear.
I give him one of these. What are you doing?
The curtains,
Improvise.
the curtains begin to close, and because of this, the crowd goes back to being annoyed. And I think actually they're going to start to riot because
Uh-oh.
there were more than just 2 assassins. And so currently, up where Lord Snarv is, you see the bodyguard is dealing with one of the assassins while another drives a knife into his back. Probably something that only Alef and Ruclef like see right as the curtains are closing. Like the crowd is just like kind of going bonkers a little bit because they just saw this like great performance and a body drops and there's like an assassination attempt happening up. Like it's just chaos. And you're starting to hear it's just really loud down in the pit and in the common seating area. As soon as the curtains close, Jallo comes and he's like, "What the hell is going on?" He like tries to get you all back together.
I say, get everybody into a locked room, and I shove him. And I point to Mickey, and I say, they're killing Snarv out there. And that would be my action.
Mickey's going to take one of those ropes that hang with the sandbags and whatever, and he's going to attempt to swing from up there over to the other side where Lord Snarf is.
Okay, Tarzan.
You're gonna try to. There's no way that there's a rope up there that's like long enough to swing over there.
Okay, then I'll just take a rope and come down to the stage so
Sure.
that I can.
Sounds good. So you drop down and get together with the others. I think
Is this sword I'm carrying, is it actually a sword, or is it just like wooden or whatever? I mean, 'cause I've got to get my real weapons.
I
basically.
think it's a prop weapon probably.
Yeah. All right.
So I think with that, I know it's fairly early in the session, but I need to take a bio break real quick. So can we just take maybe like a 5-minute break and then we'll reconvene? Thanks everyone for hanging out with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey, welcome back everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight. Playing Dungeon Crawl Classics. We're continuing our Acting Up in Lankhmar module. And so the characters just were dealing with some assassins that had broke into the Marshlight Theater. And in doing so, Mickey was dealing with one of them up in the flyloft area and had speared him, and he had dropped down onto the stage right in plain view of the audience, who already a bit annoyed because there was some commotion happening up in the nobility section of the theater. And so the curtains have now drawn closed. There's a lot of uproar that is happening out in the audience area. You all have kind of locked Jallo and some of the others into I don't know, maybe the back office, which would be like 1-9. and you're all kind of reconvening right now.
I want to gather my actual weapons.
Easily done. You head back into, I think the backstage area is kind of like 1-8, where probably all your stuff would be.
Time is of the essence, so I'm sure I don't have my armor on or anything, but with this costume stuff, I don't know if that offers any protection. I say we need to get out there. They were setting on Snarv.
Then we want to prevent that, right?
For Mickey's sake.
Okay.
You gotta get me up there first. So I can take him out.
Yeah, Wes would start running down that hall if he could towards it.
All right. So
I'll follow him.
you're going to be heading down the side halls and then coming, going to the lobby, going up the stairs, and then up into the nobility area.
Yeah.
All right. So by the time you get out to the lobby, there is going to be like a riot. Basically, like, all the people from like the pit area are trying to escape out just a couple of doors that are there. And so you have to fight your way through the crowd if you are to get up there.
Okay.
So maybe just to kind of manage actions and such, I'll just have you roll initiative. So we can resolve everybody's stuff in an orderly manner.
Let's see.
All right, Mickey, what did you have?
11.
Right, Wes, what did you have?
An 11.
Alef
8.
and Ruclef.
5.
All right. So, as you get out there, the mob is just, everybody is just like elbowing one another. Some of them are even like actively like taking a bottle and like hitting the guy in front of them to try to like move up. Kicking, screaming, it's all sorts of nonsense that is happening. Mickey, you are up next. What would you like to do? So you're standing like basically like on the sides of this room over here in the lobby, trying to figure out how you can get up to the stairs and up to the noble area.
Well, I wanted to jump off the stage and go directly and climb up to that, kind of like the opposite of how I got down before.
Okay, so no problem. It's still the same obstacle. There's a mob out there as well, as everyone's trying to filter out.
Yeah, but I'm going with the mob since they're trying to get out, right?
They're trying to get out, but it's slow moving. If you're just waiting in the back.
Yeah, but as soon as I get up to where the columns are, then I'm going to leave the mob and go climb directly up.
Okay, no problem. Just realize that you're going to be waiting. Like, that's not going to be an expedient way to get where you want to go.
I could boost you.
Can you? All right.
Right, we're kind of like right here. Is that right?
Well, I think he's saying that he wants to leap off the stage and go through the pit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I think he's saying that he's maybe not with the group. So Mickey, you're going to stay in the pit area and kind of follow along with the crowd as it's moving out.
And until I can get to one of the columns to climb up to the
Okay, sounds good.
And
What?
maybe use my athletic ability and maybe climb over some of them if I can.
Wes.
Okay. Yeah. What do we got to do to try to get through these people? Is there anything we can do, or?
You could try to wade through them. If you wade through them, you could end up taking some errant hits or some swings.
Ooh. Is there anything on the walls? Anything? Can I climb the walls? Climb sheer surfaces? Is that
So this is kind
viable?
of, yeah, like it could be possible, kind of climb up the wall here and get up to, like, nobody's, I guess there would be some like nobles and such like flooding out there as well, but at least it would
Sure.
it would cut out some of the
Right, it would get me
unwanted.
closer, right?
It'd be get you closer. So,
Okay, let's try that.
all right.
Um,
Does a 13 hit?
a 13 hits.
So you're gonna take 2 points of subdual damage.
Okay. All right.
And then give me a climb check.
Yep,
Or
I got.
you're climbing up, right?
Yeah, I got an 18.
Easily done. So you get up there, and we'll say that damage is basically from kind of dealing with the nobles and their nonsenses are pushing and clawing forward. But you're going
Okay.
against the crowd, and you get to like basically like the opening here, and you could see that. Yeah, the bodyguard is still like kind of like fencing with this one assassin, while Snarv, face down, he's got a knife in his back.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Is there anything else I can do or not?
You'd have like an action, like this was like kind of your move, I guess, to get over here.
Would I still be able to take the bow out and fire it at him or anything?
Sure, you can take a shot with your bow.
Okay. Do I know where the other assassin is at all, or?
Probably not. You don't see a second person,
Okay.
and it's just a
Okay.
little chaotic
So
at this
I'll
point.
fire at the one that's fencing. A 16 to hit,
16 will hit.
and then 5 points of damage.
Okay, he goes down, and then the bodyguard just kind of like looks towards you, and then he's looking over at Starve, and he's gonna basically immediately kneel down and kind of check on him.
Okay.
That would bring us to Alef.
Alef is kind of a one-trick pony, so is gonna be next to Ruclef. Is gonna try to touch him and see if he can give him a boost by enlarging him. So it will cast enlarge on Ruclef.
Awesome.
And we got some fleeting luck, so I guess I'm gonna use it. But let's roll first. I actually don't need it because I rolled a net 20.
Oh wow.
+2 is a 22, so that makes us you're double in size. +4 to attacks, damage, and AC, and 10 hit points. And having done my duty, I can rest.
Plus 10 hit points.
Plus 10 hit points, 4 to attack, damage, and AC.
All right. And I'll give you a point of fleeting luck here for the net 20 on there. That will bring us then to Ruclef.
Okay, now where are we exactly?
So Wes, Alef, and Ruclef, you're all more or less in the lobby. That was my understanding, is that the three of you wanted to go up to the noble area from there. Mickey was going rogue and going down in the pit area.
Okay. Then being here and being double in size, I'll kind of hop up, avoid the people, and just go up to here. Just kind of, put my hands on it and lift myself up.
No problem. I think with the enlarge, like, you just can do that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty huge now. I will move down to here. And like a giant peek in, see what I see. Lower my head into the thing.
So I made my attack roll. I rolled a 3, which makes sense. I think people are just in general like getting out of the way of you as you're coming against the crowd.
Right.
And so yeah, you get over there. You see exactly what like Wes has his bow out, and you can see that he just dropped. It looks like the bodyguard just got done fighting this assassin and is like leaning over. Enough people, I think, have flooded out of the noble area that like it's really just that like Starve and the bodyguard over there kind of in isolation.
Okay. That would pretty much be about all I think I can do.
All right, Mickey. So you're kind of following behind this crowd that's trying to funnel out. You take notice though as you hear like a scream backstage.
Dream, huh?
And you look up at the stage and you just see this like flood of like rats scurrying out underneath the curtains and taken to the stage.
I'm going to continue trying to get up to the balcony.
Okay. Crowd maybe moves like another 10 feet.
How close am I to where I can climb?
Probably another 20 feet or so.
I'm gonna. I thought this would be the best way to do it. Since I'd be
That's why I was trying to warn you that
with
this
the
would
crowd.
not. No.
Huh?
That's what I was trying to.
I
was trying to warn you that this is what would happen.
Oh, because it'd be a lot worse if I was going against the crowd. But
yeah, but the problem, out in the lobby, it's a bottleneck. There's only 2 entrances into the theater, and so there's only so fast that crowd's getting out. And plus, they're not doing a great job coordinating getting out either. They're fighting each other, and probably some of these unruly types down in the pit are loving the fact that they can have an excuse to get in a brawl. So
I'm not trying to go toward the.
I got it. I'm giving you. This is the mechanics. This is how it's playing out. So
yeah.
If Lankhmar had better codes on egress, we wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah.
So if your goal, you 2 more turns to get to a place where you could climb.
All right. I don't want to go back by the rat, so I'll just keep going with the crowd.
Okay, sounds good. We're over to Wes then. Wes is looking out into the noble seating.
I guess I would try to push towards that bodyguard to see if I can, or maybe I'm going to watch the crowd to see if I can figure out which one is the other assassin. I'm going to try to find, I'm going to have my back to the wall. I'm just going to try to observe them the best I can to see if I can figure out which one is that other assassin.
Sure. Make a personality check.
Can I use a fleeting luck?
Yeah, you just want to use one?
Yeah, so it's a 1d4, or what do I, or is it just 1 point?
For you, you get to roll your
Luck die.
Yeah.
1d4. I want to use 2 of them.
Okay. Down to
So
6.
3 and a 2, so 5 and 18 on the personality check.
Yeah, you could probably spot as you look down at the crowd that's leaving the lobby here.
So he's leaving though.
Yeah, he blended in with the crowd. And you can see him. He's dressed just like the other guy in black. He's even got like a mask on.
That's my action though, right? Personality check.
I'll let you take like if you wanted to try to take a shot at him now that you've
Yeah, I want to
Sure.
shoot at him with the ball once. Can I use luck again?
Oh yeah. How many points
Let's
do you
use 3 this
3.
time. So a 2, a 4 is a 6, and a 3 is a 9, so an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
6 points of damage on that one.
That's gonna drop him. So
Okay.
as a body drops in the crowd, no one's probably gonna really their bodies that are dropping left and right in the mass hysteria. So nothing there. But let's turn to Alef.
Alef, I guess, is looking at the crowd going out. I imagine Alef is still here, as he hasn't gone up. So I guess he will just stay quiet there, see if he can make his. He doesn't know what's happening upstairs, so as soon as he sees a way to go through, he will try to get up the stairs.
Okay, sounds good. I would say, yeah, probably maybe like another 2 rounds. We'll just keep that consistent. It's 2 more turns to like kind of safely navigate. You can always go through the crowd, but you run the risk of getting.
They're gonna pound me down.
Yeah.
But since I'm there and waiting, Alex, I will basically be on the lookout for anything happening. And I don't know what happened anywhere else, but I'll definitely be looking in 1-1 lobby, see what's going on.
Sounds good. And Ruclef.
And looking in here, I will ask the bodyguard, is he alive?
And he would reply back, I don't think so. He's not. I can't feel a pulse.
I will. Do we have any? We don't really have any healing, I don't think, right?
Just
No.
our brandy, I think.
Brandy?
Yeah, don't
I
we have
have,
brandy or whiskey?
I have a bottle of Cornmeal Amber with 3 doses left. Each dose would add a +2 to a roll to recover HP lost, but I don't think it applies to someone who's dead.
Somebody who's dead.
Where did the other one go? That will be my next question.
So I could probably take us out of initiative order here. We'll just say that basically the crowd eventually filters out enough that Mickey can climb up there, and Alef, same thing, filters out enough that Alef can safely run up the stairs and gather up with the rest of you. And
Do I see these rats roiling out of the stage?
not only rats at this point, but at some point you see one of the crewmates like run out onto the stage. So the rats have kind of like descended out into like kind of the general seating area. But then at some point one of the crew members ends up on stage with a sword run through him, and then he drops to the ground, and he's being attacked by somebody that is armed. in the fashion of like a guard. Like he's got like a chain shirt on, wielding a spear.
And who was it he killed? One of the actors?
One of the stagehands. Like these guys, this armed guard looks like the kind of, like almost like a private guard.
I will bellow out and point. I'll say, up on the stage! And I will attempt to move in that direction.
So Ruclef, you're going to how would you like to? Would you like to go down?
I will kind of squeeze through the doorway the rest of the way and hope the balcony doesn't collapse under me, but more or less move and try and jump down
Okay, leaping
to
down.
the pit below. Yeah.
And how about the rest of you? So Ruclef is heading towards the stage.
I would stay up on the balcony and start shooting them with arrows if I could.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you take a shot here. He's gonna withdraw shortly, but you could try to take a shot.
I'll try to take a shot. 17.
So
That'll hit.
So has it been confirmed that Snarf is
Starve is dead.
really dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then four points of damage, and then I would shout over to Mickey, split out just to be safe. For some reason I went dwarven. For some reason, I don't know why.
Acting.
I'm gonna take the
Grand theater.
dagger. I'm gonna take the dagger that Snarf was killed with.
Okay. It is still there.
After all, the guy that killed him is dead, and he's not going to be able to report back and collect his bounty anyway.
All
I'm going
right.
to take credit for it. Yeah, I'm going to take that dagger, and then I'm going to climb down and head toward the stage too.
Okay. Is it fair to say that the entire, somebody can catch Alef?
Yeah, Alef will follow, but in no way trying to be a front liner or anything. Just follow them because it's the safest place to be, but be in the back of them.
That sounds good. So what is going to happen is basically what you'll find out is that the Duke had sent a group to come in through the back. They all were waiting for the performance basically to shut down and clear anybody that was associated with the performance. And so when you get back there, you will find that Captain Dimon and the 4 of the guards are back there. They've done a number on anybody that didn't hole themselves up in the office. So it was maybe a couple of people that just didn't get the memo in the chaos that they were supposed to hole up back there. But then Captain Dimon is at the door, making threats, come on out before we bash this door down. And then you all arrive. And so I think it's safe to say we're going to roll initiative here. All right, Mickey, what did you have?
10.
And Wes?
17.
Alef?
3.
Ruclef.
17 as well.
All right. So we will go Wes, Ruclef, the guards, Mickey, Captain Dimon, and Alef. So, Wes, you are going to be up first. Where you are going to, where this conflict is going down is back there in just the backstage area, more or less right outside the doors of the office.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I would try to. And then for realism, how many arrows do you think are in a quiver, or how many do you think I would have?
I think it's like 20 usually when you buy a quiver.
Oh, okay. So I got enough arrows then. Yeah, I would try to stay away from as many people as possible right now, just because I'm hurt. And he would draw that bow again and fire it at whoever would be the closest to him as we entered into this fray. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Okay. Do you guys want me to burn a fleeting luck, or should we save them?
I'll say once I give you confirmation whether it's a hit or not, then, then you can't.
Then we can't. Okay. So that's a miss.
Let's go to Ruclef.
All right. In my expanded stature, I say, Captain, I just played you on stage. Let's dance. And I move forward, and I want to just blast him here. I am going to attempt to, with the attack, knock him down with my mighty deeds. Ooh. I did roll a 4 on my D4. That is in 14. I can never remember everything that I add in here. Okay. 4. That D4 gets added on to the D20 as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that is a 22 to hit.
That will hit. What was the deed? It was to knock him down?
Pretty much, yeah, just to knock him to the ground.
All right.
And it is 4, 8, 12. Right? 4, 8, 12, 16 points.
Just pick
So many dice.
Man, you're just a steamroller. It's Christ.
So you charge ahead, and what do you use, a sword? Or was it a
It's my warhammer.
warhammer? So you
Thumper.
charge in and just whack him, in such that you could hear his like chest cavity cave in as he goes flying against the wall, and he's down. He's definitely pushed down, but he's dead.
Whack them all.
And then that will bring us to the guards. And so the guards are going to avoid Ruclef probably, and they kind of split up. Or no, maybe it'll be like a pile-on situation. Like they see you do that, and then they're like the biggest threat in the room. They're all going to try to take down Ruclef.
All right.
So they all have spears in hand, and they go charging forward. Thank you so much for the follow, Haru. Haru Leet. Is it Leet? I haven't seen Leet in a long time. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, and it's a nat 20.
All right.
So
Thank goodness I'm embiggened.
monster crit team. feel like they have their own back. Yes. Okay. As he goes to try to knock you prone, and so he does so. That's what happens with the crit. Does a sweep with the spear. Spear does a little bit of damage. 1 point of damage. Second one is going to take advantage. I'm going to say the prone means he's going to roll a d24. And he will attack and get a 14.
I
Or
will
15, sorry.
15. Then that's for sure a hit. I don't really have armor on. I just have the +4.
Okay.
So
2 points of damage. Third one is a 14.
I would say that hits. Yeah.
4 points of damage. And then the last one is a 22 to hit. 5 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then we go to Mickey.
Since they're all focused on Ruclef, can I attempt to make a backstab on one of them?
Sure. First, give me a. Do you get like a move silently check?
Yes.
So
Sneak silently.
do that in conjunction. So do that first.
Okay, it's 17.
Okay. Yep. No problem. You get up behind one of them undetected.
Okay. Attack is 15.
That'll hit. So we treat this as a crit.
All right, so that'll be 4 damage.
And how about your crit?
Oh, well, that was the D10 for the backstab. What am I supposed to roll now?
Your crit die?
Crit die.
Oh, the D12.
Yep. When you do a backstab, it's a crit.
Okay, that was a 7 for the crit die.
All right. Any luck modifier?
+2, so 9.
9. Okay. So you go forward. You go. It's a dagger that you're using.
Yes.
So as you plummet the dagger into his back, he falls forward and falls prone, and you can immediately take another attack. And you can roll a d24
9.
on the second attack because he's prone.
Oh, D24.
Yeah.
Oh, that's only a 2.
Okay. So you struggle a little bit. He's still alive, but he's bleeding out quite profusely. That's gonna take us to well, Captain Dimon is dead. Alef, it is your turn.
Alef will attack one of the guards. because he sees that Ruclef is down and he's taking a lot of hits, so he's getting concerned and just want to distract at least one. So just take out his dagger and just try to stab him. Okay, so I rolled a 10, but it's a -1, so 9.
All right, that attack will miss. Maybe as you're going up, you're not as fleet of foot, and so this one guard just kind of whips around and like kind of knocks your weapon back with his spear and kind of parries you. And then that is going to bring us back to the top of the round, Wes.
Yeah, I would take my bow out again and just look at whichever one's going to take its attack next against Ruclef, and I'm going to try to shoot him. Oh, natural 20.
All right, give you another fleeting luck here.
I did max damage on that, and 11 on the crit table, so 7 plus whatever crit table.
Said an 11 on the table.
Yep.
The foe, your strike severs the larynx, and the foe is reduced to making wet fish noises. Says. You did way more damage than needed to, so this one drops. So it's 3.
Yeah, and I'll notch another arrow and be like, "You better run. Once he gets up, he's going to smash your head in."
And then that'll bring us to Ruclef.
And there's what, one guy on me?
There's 3 surrounding you. One is on the ground with Mickey on top of him, and then there's like the other 2 that you could say are kind of focused on you. The one's maybe going to turn his attention to Alef, but
Okay. I will more or less swing out and try and do a headshot on the guy that Wes said that I was going to smash his head in. But I'll pretty much just get up to my knees in my hand and bring Thumper out. That is not a 4 on the special die, but that's 24 to hit.
that will hit.
And 5, 7, 11, 15 points.
He goes down.
And then I'll kind of finish standing up, I suppose, after I do that.
All right. So then we got 2. We got 2 left. The one that is on the ground with Mickey over him, he's going to pull out a dagger and try to thrust it up at you, Mickey. A 19 to hit. He deals 4 points of damage to you and stands up. The other guy is going to try to run his spear into Alef.
That's what I feared.
He misses. Alef, you can jump
I only have an
backwards.
AC of 9, Alex. So
I rolled
tell
a
me-
5, so
Okay, like it's not
like
difficult to hit, Alex.
couldn't be that bad. That'll bring us to Mickey.
All right. Mickey is attacking with his spear. That's a 9.
A 9 will miss.
All right.
Welcome in, Pedigree. Appreciate you stopping by today. Captain Dimon, dead. Alef, it is your turn.
Well, it cannot be worse than not hit, so I'll try to stab him with my dagger again. And this time I rolled a 19. Goes down to an 18.
Okay, that's a hit.
That's a hit, and my dagger will do 1d4 -1. Well, I'm lucky. I rolled a 4, so 3 points of damage on that guy.
3 points of damage. He's still standing, but you dealt a pretty proud of yourself for having drawn blood on this professional fighter in front of you. And that'll bring us to the top of the round, Wes.
There's only one left then? The one
There's two left. There's one that Mickey's tangled up with and one that Alef is tangled up with.
Yeah, I'll look at the one that's on Alef here. Take a shot. That's going to be a miss.
All right. Ruclef.
Okay, in standing up, are we all in pretty close quarters, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
This is what I would like to do. I would like to take a step and put my full weight on the head of the one that's on the ground, right, that Mickey's on.
Oh, he stood up, sorry.
Oh, did he stand
Yeah.
up? Okay, all right, I thought he was still on the ground. All right, I will, I'm just going to grab the one that's on Alef, kind of from, behind or whatever, grab him and throw him into the wall.
Sounds good. Make an attack roll with the Mighty Deed.
Attack roll with the Mighty Deed, it's 21 to hit. I rolled a 1 on the Mighty Deed die, so
Okay.
it's just an extra point of damage, I suppose, with everything. What would I roll for damage on that?
Roll me let's say a D3 plus strength plus your deed die damage.
And then for being huge, the +4 there too.
Yeah.
All right. That's 3, 4, 8, 12.
Okay. So it's not pretty. There's not a lot of style on it, but you swing him and he goes flying and spikes his head kind of like a sideways pile driver right into the wall, and he's out.
All right.
That will bring us to the guards, and I think this guy is going to peel out the door and into the alley here. And that will be his turn.
I would say I got him. Check on the rats.
All right.
You'd see. That'll bring us to Mickey's turn.
Is that the one that was by me that ran out the door?
Yeah,
And he's the only one left?
he was the only one left. Yep.
Okay. I will go running after him to try and stab him.
Okay. Mickey, as you get out into the alleyway, you can see that he's running and he's like looking up at like another building nearby. And he's like kind of like calling out. He's like, "There's they had hired guards. They had hired guards, Duke." And you look up and you can see from like one of the, like a balcony basically overlooking the alley, is someone that you would recognize, that same noble that you had that encounter with some time ago, who ordered the beat down of that poor merchant that crossed his path. And he's just this overweight man who has this big powdery kind of wig. Like the characterization of him in the play was like not far off. Like, this guy just looks grotesque. He's got a scraggly mustache and just he's holding his finger up. He's like, "You get back in there, and you don't come back until every last one of them is dead." And you easily can catch up to him. So if you want to make an attack roll, you can.
Okay, that's only 7.
7 will miss. All right. Next up would be Alef.
Alef will rush to the door to where the people are supposed to be hunkering in. So 1-9, I guess. And if he can get there, try to open the door or say, "It's me, it's Alef. You guys okay?" Stuff like that.
And they'd be talking to you through the door, and they say, "Is it safe to come out? Or should we stay in here?"
Come out. They're rats. I don't like rats. I think we should leave.
And they'll open up the door and start to kind of peek out and slowly kind of emerge out. A spell is going to get cast from the opposite side of the alley on Mickey. Magic missile. So what's happening right now is Mickey behind you. So if you're heading like east, chasing after the guard, there's a sorcerer over on this side that you maybe were not aware of, who is watching the alley as well, and he's going to cast a spell at you.
See, that's when they have a real wizard. They can actually cast offensive spells. Not me. Not me.
No magic missile for you?
You indirectly cast offensive spells.
Yeah.
Making me big
Yeah.
is very offensive.
All right, magic missile. Here we go. Oof. But it just sort of fizzles. And you just hear the inept wizard at the end of the hall just saying, "Damn it, damn it." And that will bring us to Wes.
See, Alef, you're not so bad.
I would look around at the rats, and I guess my dealings with them would be that usually they collapse the building we're in. So
you're gonna go out and kind of look at what's happening out in the stage area in the audience.
yeah, I guess I would just peer through that door and see what's going on, see what I see.
So there is definitely like a swarm of rats that has descended off the stage and like headed down into the pit area. But you're watching as some of them just kind of like dissolve into like a dust or like a cloud, like a vapor. They start just kind of like disappearing.
Alef, look out there. There's something. This is your cup of tea here. Get these people out of here, and then I'll go out the back door following Ruclef and Mickey.
Sounds good. That will bring us to Ruclef.
I will go out the back door. Do I see? What do I see? I guess when I go out there, I'm doing a scan for, I guess, this side. I don't know which way that they went.
Once you exit out and you look to the left, you can see a robed, kind of ratty robes, but robed nonetheless, a robed figure, short, small little goatee. A man is like waving his hands around and just like cursing, like, damn it. And it seems like he's trying to like light a little spark of arcana from his fingertips. You look to your right, and you can see Mickey has just he's kind of entangled with this guard he's trying to take down. And then you can see some commentary happening up in a balcony, maybe 60 feet away, overlooking the alley, like on the third floor, is a figure that feels familiar because you were just on stage with someone that was dressed up to look like him, Duke
Okay.
Hogfat.
All right. Well, under the circumstances, I really don't like wizards, Alef being the exception. So I will make movement towards the left and throw a hand axe at this guy.
Sounds good.
Attempting to take him down. 18.
18 hits.
I didn't roll 4 on my die, but that is a 4, 7, 9, 13 points.
A hand axe right between his eyes, and he falls backwards.
I'll stop pursuing him. And I pull out my other hand axe and I look at the rotund fellow up above.
Sounds good. And that will bring us to the guards. Mickey, this guy's gonna turn around and try to strike at you. He will miss. Mickey, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to attack this guard. Oh crap! Rolling bad. I missed him. I yell up at the top of the building. That was a great performance you did in the play. You should come down and see if you can sign some autographs.
Silence, you vermin! That brings us to Alef.
I guess Alef, after what Wes told him, would just peek in the stage and the pit and see if he sees these rats disappearing, puffing up.
They're
And
all
if
at
he-
this point. They're all gone. All of a sudden, they instantly all disappear.
Oh, okay. Well, then at that point, we'll rush back to 1-9 and says, wait a second, false alarm, no rats, stay there. And then I'll basically stand guard at the door. I don't know what's going outside, but I'm staying right here, next to where I can see them.
Sounds good. From that balcony, Duke Hogfat is going to withdraw, and he goes into the interior of the building where he was standing. Wes, it is your turn.
That guard is still up, though, right? Are there any more
there's-
guards in the?
Just the one guard that Mickey is on.
Well, we already know it's the Duke, and he was behind it all, so let's just get rid of another guard for him. So he's going to take a shot. 19 to hit,
That'll
and
hit.
5 points of damage.
He goes down. And so, the dust is settling on the combat.
I go retrieve my hand axe out of the wizard and drag his body back for Alef to take all of his stuff.
Yeah, on the sorcerer, we will say that you are going to find like a spell book on him. So this would be maybe spells that you. I don't know. I don't remember how that works, but we'll say that there's a spell book, and it has the following spells in it: animal summoning, cantrip, and magic missile.
None of which I have. That's awesome.
But I think there must be some way that you're able to like copy them down and memorize them and add them to your repertoire.
Yeah.
So that'll be useful. As far as the rest of the guards, looting them will say that you're able to like collect up maybe like 50 silver pieces or so. Between
Any of them have any better weapons than us?
Captain Dimon had a longsword, a dagger.
I would take his dagger.
And the guards had daggers and spears.
I could probably use his armor. Did he have armor on?
Yeah, scale mail.
That's
Is a
better
plus
than
4.
mine. I think I just had leather.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, strip him naked. What about Snarv? Did anybody check on the bodyguard and him?
At this point, they would be gone. The bodyguard would have taken the
They're gone.
body and left with the mob. Mickey took the dagger, so Mickey's got an extra dagger. But as things wind out, Jallo is going to kind of reconvene with you, and he will lament that they weren't able to end the performance. But he would say, in light of the circumstances, it's short wonder that the theater wasn't destroyed or burned down in the ensuing chaos. And
We just killed 5 of the Duke's men. Along with this captain, I would suggest that you and everybody involved with this lay low for a while.
And you may be able to incorporate some of his failings into your next play about him, you know?
well, it seems that
And then-
maybe it's a little dangerous to do that just now.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that you may be able to, you know, say that some of that chaos was part of the show or something. You know, I don't know.
And once I cut his head off, you won't have to worry anymore.
That's true.
Well, oh, here, and he'll go back into the office and he'll come out and he'll give each of you 5 gold rilks.
Ooh.
Had some other things gone a different way, we might have gotten more, but you know, you get a little bit of a payday.
Anything at this point is nice.
And I'd like to discuss with the rest of the group. Do you think that the Hates actually know who killed Snarf? You know, I've got the dagger. I can try to say that I did it. All of his the Hate's other assassins are dead, so they will not be claiming that they did it.
Mickey, are you talking on a practical level or at a metaphysical level?
I'm talking at a desperate level because there's nothing else I can do.
Okay, so at the desperate level, I'll be very honest with you. The Hates will know who killed Snarf.
Okay.
At a
Well-
you know, mortal level, if we kill all of the killers, then you can go about claiming that you did it. I'm not sure it's something you want to do, though.
Well, they won't be able to send the same group anyway, because they're gone. They'll have to get somebody else.
Mickey, your problems might be compounded because you look at that dagger, and it's got some telltale signs that it belonged to the Thieves Guild.
Well, I belong to the Thieves Guild.
Well, you just thwarted their efforts to get a payday.
We just make enemies with everyone.
Right, yeah.
We can only kill one at a time, though.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it'll be Lankhmar the Warriors, right? Like that movie where the gang's trying to get through the entire town, get back to their Coney Island or whatever. I don't know. If
Yeah, let me
movie,
summarize the enemies we've made ourselves today, right? On top of what we had before, now we got Duke Hogfat, that if I don't remember incorrectly, Mickey, you had find the time to make fun of in his face. Then we got the Thieves Guild. Who else? Oh, that group, that gang that we foiled the plans off. So
The
all
Great Men.
included, we have half a dozen groups operating in Lankhmar. They probably are not happy with us. So let's put it that way.
Well, I'd like to, if the Thieves Guild has got something against me, I'd like to file a complaint with them about a non-compete agreement. They shouldn't be sending other assassins when I have first dibs at them.
I'm sure that will go really well.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
and the hates.
yeah, the hates.
And we made an enemy of the hates too. So
We'll have no shortage of adventure seeds for future games of 20 Sides Against Lankhmar.
oh no.
But
Oh,
yeah, so that is the conclusion of this module. Hope you guys had fun with that. We
Indeed.
are going to take probably a bit of a break from our 20 Sides Against Lankhmar stuff. We might come back and do maybe some stuff in the fall. For sure, I want to do something for Extra Life with the with DCC. But we might do a little bit more. We'll just have to figure out schedules and things like that. But hope you enjoyed watching these. There's a few others that are up on our YouTube channel, so if you want to check out the others and figure out where this all started from, you can find the playlist for 20 Sides Against Lankhmar there. If you're just dropping in on us, watching us for the first time, and you want to find other people to play games with, come and join us in our Discord server. Link to that is there in the chat as well. We do a lot of the recruiting for our games directly from the Discord. We have a community campaign that we run, that there's basically games running just about every week that you can sign up and play in. So come and check that out. We'd love to have you. With that, any last words or things, announcements, plugs from any of the group here?
I don't have any plugs. I just want to say I've had a lot of fun with this and playing with the three of you. So
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, and the DCC system's a lot of fun too.
It
a good
is.
so
change of
fun.
pace.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Well, thank you guys for creating some fun characters that had easy things to create conflicts for. So that's awesome.
we should hold on to these character sheets. in
Yes,
case-
don't lose your
Yes.
character
Okay.
sheet.
All right, I'll try not to.
Yeah.
Mickey the Third.
Yeah, Mickey 3.0.
I think it's a good thing that Mickey 1.0 was lost because what was he, 2 hit points? I don't think he would have lasted
Yeah.
very long.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even had that. Maybe something like that. Yeah, he wouldn't have lasted. But anyway, yeah, hopefully Mickey will still be alive if you start up another adventure. He's got to avoid being assassinated in the meantime. So
Oh, and you guys can all go up a level 2. You can go to level 3.
Oh, all right.
okay,
Heck yeah.
all right.
And so, cool. Thanks, everybody. I think we'll go and do a raid over to the Adventure Archive and see how they're doing. So, thanks, everybody. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you. Thanks, chat. Thanks for the luck.